Hello and welcome to Daytime Toronto. It's Friday, May 7th. My name's Marasha Wodamaniuk.
And I am Drew Carnwath. It's Friday. We've got a great show for you today. We've got Harley Davidson on the show. We've got celebrity chefs on the show. And we have a special guest called Nobody. If that sounds intriguing.
Nobody's on the show.
Nobody's on the show.
No, it's not true. We're going to be learning all about an exclusive women's event to raise money for breast cancer. It's called Precious Metal. And you know who's behind it? Harley Davidson. Isn't that something?
That's very cool.
Motorbikes, ladies. Not always the first thing you think about, but that's the whole point. We're rethinking breast cancer. We're rethinking how to raise money for this cause. It's going to be fun.
We're also rethinking how to cook with a celebrity chef because it's men who cook.
Indeed.
There's a concept.
There's 7 of them, and we have one.
We've got one right here in the house. Dr. Anthony Sterling is going to be making some basil pesto penne.
Now, he's a dentist, so how do you get basil pesto out of your smile? That should be your first question.
As long as it involves garlic and pesto, if it helps my teeth, I'm all for it. Absolutely. We are back, and it is time to get cooking. I'm thrilled to have on the show someone who is not only a celebrity chef, he's a fantastic dentist, a fantastic fundraiser who loves giving back to his community. But right now, we are making some pesto. Dr. Anthony Sterling, good to see you.
Nice to see you as well.
Tell me about what we are cooking today. I have to confess, I love pesto. You had me with hello when I smelled this when I walked into the studio.
Okay, well, we're putting together my yummy basil pesto dish. All right, so
excellent.
I'll tell you about the ingredients here.
Sure.
We've got 2 cups of packed basil leaves, okay, freshly packed, right? We've got 1/3 cup of pine nuts.
Okay.
Now, I like to toast these nuts. You put them in a skillet without any oil and you just toast them.
Right.
Gives it a real creamy texture, nice creamy taste.
Okay.
For those who like it a little bit nuttier, you can toast it a little bit more, right? Roast it a little bit more. Okay, we've also got some garlic that's going to go in there. There it is, always. And I use about 3 cloves of that, minced. I've got Romano cheese, and that's very important, a freshly grated Romano cheese, and we've got 1/2 cup of that as well.
All right.
Olive oil, 1/2 cup. So right now, I've got the skillet going, and I've got some olive oil in there.
Fantastic.
Okay. And
so when we've got the ingredients for the pesto, do you put it all into a Cuisinart type blender?
Yes, exactly. We blend it to a smooth consistency, and when we're using this type of pesto, you can get it to any consistency you'd like, but I'm going to use it to coat some penne today, so I want it of that consistency.
All right. Well, let's fire up what's going on over there.
Okay, we've got this going here. We've got the skillet here, and I'm going to turn it up a little bit, and
is that olive oil you've also got in the pan?
It's olive oil. It's already in there, so I've just got that all set to go.
Sure.
And what we have here, I'm going to use the pesto as a spread today, and I'm going to use it over top of our penne. And this was pre-cooked, this penne, al dente.
Okay.
Right? So
just how I like it?
Yeah.
I'm going to sample.
Go ahead. I knew you'd be useful for something.
Oh yeah, no. If this is work, I'll work all day long.
Okay.
Absolutely. Okay.
All right, no problem there. So what we do here is we're going to take, and before I even proceed here, I'm going to show you what this pesto looks like. You know, and it's a nice consistency. I couldn't turn this over, obviously, but you can see here.
Right.
And we're going to be able to coat it. Now, if you wanted a little bit more a movement to it, you could add a little bit more olive oil as you're stirring it in.
But it's nice and goopy.
Yeah. Okay.
If we can use that word. Okay.
Goopy's been used before. Okay. So we're going to take this here, and I'm going to take my penne.
Right.
And I'm just going to put it in. And this was all pre-cooked, and as I said, it's just done al dente.
Now, is this to cook it some more, or is it to just put everything?
It's really to warm it up. But,
Okay.
Okay, so I got it in here, and I could just get rid of this here. Thank you very much.
I like that you've set a place for me.
I have.
I wonder where Marasha is going to eat.
We're going to place that in a couple minutes here. So I've got this going here. So now I'm going to take my pesto, right, and I'm going to put it in. And what I like to do is I'll put in about 1/2 of it at first.
Oh, yeah.
Right? And just kind of move it around here, get it to coat the penne. So I find like with cooking, you could take your time.
Yes.
Right? You can always add more, but you
right.
can't take it out once it's in there.
Okay. So a leisurely approach.
Leisurely approach.
I like the
exactly.
and more pesto's going in there.
Yeah. Now this depends on your taste as well.
Sure.
You know, some people like it nicely flavored with it, and I do. So I'm going to get this all in here.
Now, you donated some of your time and expertise to an important fundraiser, Men Who Cook.
That's right.
Can you tell me a little bit about that event and where the funds went to?
Well, it's a great event. It's put on by the United Achievers Club.
Okay.
And it's an annual event, and that club's existed for 30 years. It's a great club, and with that event, it was some celebrity men who can cook, and supported by their wives, probably.
Yeah.
And
celebrity men who can cook, like that is
a misnomer
an item right there.
Yeah. Okay. So the money was for scholarships, as well as to. I'm just making sure this is okay here.
That's a lot of pesto there.
Yes, and it was also for some sickle cell research that was taking place. So
Great.
we also donated quite a bit of money to the Brampton Civic Hospital for that.
Great.
So now that I've got this in here, we're good.
Oh,
Everything's...
The whole studio now smells
Yeah.
like pesto, and that is a good thing.
So I've got the pesto in here. Everything's beautiful now. Now what I'm going to do, I'll just put this off to the side here, is I'm going to add in some of these cherry tomatoes. And I love the cherry tomatoes in there. And it's, you know, it's really an aesthetic. It gives a nice flavor, but it's really beautiful.
Yes. If I were an interior designer right now, I would say the cherries are just glowing.
Yeah.
But
Now,
I'm not an expert. I just know what I like to eat.
you could add in some of your own, you could do green or red peppers, or even some of your own favorite vegetables.
Absolutely. And it also makes a nice consistency. There's a bit of a, the penne is already al dente, but there's a nice sort of crunchiness to the tomatoes as well.
Exactly. So now that we've got that here.
And while you're doing that, I'm just going to sample some of the cheese.
You go
I love
ahead.
the sharp Reggiano and the Parmesan.
Now, the Romano, it's what I find, I use Romano in my dish.
Okay.
Because I think it's a little bolder. Exactly. It gives it more of a pop.
Yep.
You know, people will go to Parmesan, but I like that pop, right? So we've got that in here.
All right.
And now we're going to put some grilled chicken in here.
Okay.
And I grilled this chicken in a skillet, right? And it was
So
grilled
this is pre-cooked as well?
This is all pre-cooked, right?
Okay.
It
Very
was
good.
it was grilled in a skillet with some onions and some olive oil, salt and pepper.
Fantastic. Very simple, but
Yeah,
very
it's
tasty.
simple stuff. It really adds a special addition to any meal.
Well, this is almost turning into a one-dish meal. I mean,
Yeah.
I can count 3 out of 4 of the food groups already represented.
Okay. So I'm going to place this in here. I'm going to get you to come around here, and maybe
Sure.
you can just stir this in for me a
Put me
bit.
to work.
Yeah, here you go.
There's enough
we've got-
for me, there's enough for you, and enough for Marasha,
Here you go.
and some of our close friends.
Some. That list is shrinking. Yeah. Okay. So now that we've got that done, and we just let it heat up. Remember,
Sure.
this would have the chicken would have been coming off the skillet before anyway, so you wouldn't really need to
But it's great.
have too much time in there.
It's great that you're making up a whole bunch, because this will feed a family easily with
Yeah.
some leftovers.
Definitely.
Now, for the connoisseurs, what kind of wine pairing would you recommend with
Well, it's really your own preference. You know,
Okay.
I personally would go with maybe more of a white.
this? A white?
myself,
Okay, good to know. Good to know.
But I'm very partial to white wine.
White wine? All right.
It really is a matter of your own taste there.
And
And it's all cooking really is.
Yeah, yeah. It's up. I mean, if we were, you know, cooking on a Friday evening, a little bit of white wine ends up in the dish itself.
Exactly.
Oops, how did that
Oops.
happen?
Yeah. Oops again.
Oops again. Yeah, absolutely. Now you're serving this up with a salad, is that
Yes,
correct?
I am. And I've got a little baby spinach salad here.
Okay.
So I've got the baby spinach.
Okay.
I've also got some sliced mushrooms.
Nice.
All right, I love sliced mushrooms. We've got some red onions. And this is balsamic vinaigrette. It's a really simple one we're looking at here
Fantastic.
today.
I think we can plate it up.
Okay, so let's plate it here. I'm going to give you, I'm going to let you take this here.
Sure.
And I'll bring this over for you here.
All this ready in 7 minutes. I've got lunch taken care of. I've got one of my favorite dishes with pesto, and all the garlic a man could want.
Yeah.
Am I now officially a man who cooks?
You are a man who cooks. You're
because
doing
we've
it.
spent this
You're
quality
doing
7
it.
minutes together.
Yeah.
So I'll let you put the salad on there.
Okay, so I'm going to take a few of these baby spinach here.
Thank you for sharing your expertise.
Oh, you're more than welcome.
We haven't got into oral hygiene yet. I'm standing in a kitchen with a dentist.
Yeah, we'll be flossing right after.
We'll have to bring you back on the show for more information on United Achievers, the fundraising initiative that Dr. Anthony was talking about. Visit unitedachievers.org. For this recipe and many more like them, please visit our website, rogerstv.com/Daytime Toronto. When we come back, we will meet the creator of Who is Nobody? Who? We'll find out right after this. Don't go away. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.